What's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video today here on CodeNamePizza. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the full Easter egg tutorial for the brand new zombies map Ancient Evil for Black Ops 4 Zombies. Now I have optimized this guide for solo players, but you can do this with a team as well. Now I put a lot of time and effort into this guide, so if you guys appreciate that work and you do want to support the channel and this video, make sure you smash a like on the video right now. We're going to be aiming for 2,115 likes, and if you are brand new to the channel and you want to see more zombies content in the future, make sure you click that subscribe button and become the latest member of the Pizza Club. But with that all out the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy the full Easter egg tutorial for the brand new zombies map Ancient Evil for Black Ops 4 Zombies. So before we jump into the gameplay, let's have a look at our setup. Inside the creator class menu, you guys can see my perks. To the left, I've got Quick Revive. Next to that, I've got Victorious Tortoise. Next to that, we've got Dying Wish. And next to that, we have Stamina. All of these are optimized for my perfect solo run, so feel free to copy these perks or place whatever perks you would prefer in those, but this is the setup that I always use. Inside the specialist weapon slot, I'll always advise you guys to use the Chakrams of Vengeance, mainly because their upgraded level 3 ability keeps you 100% safe from all zombies. But inside of this Easter egg, we need a weapon from our specialist that can provide a lot of melee damage. So the Chakrams of Vengeance can work, or you can choose the Hammer of Valhalla, but the two that I would strongly stay away from is the Scepter of Ra or the Viper and Dragons. After that, looking at our grenades, I always use Ray Fire as always because they are the most powerful grenade that we've got inside of Black Ops 4 Zombies. And underneath that, any starting weapon you want, I normally use a Strafe just because it's an easy weapon to use. Over the left-hand side, if we're looking at elixirs, I always have Anywhere But Here on, mainly because if you get surrounded by zombies, you can use this elixir to escape. And then these final three, you can use whatever you would prefer to use. In this map, you are going to be using a lot of ammo, so if you do have some max ammo elixirs available, or you've got Alchemical Antithesis available, I would advise you guys to put those on. But with that all out the way, let's jump straight into the gameplay. So as soon as you spawn into the map, the first thing that you need to go and do is activate the artifact. And this is going to be found inside of the amphitheater. Just walk up to the statues, activate the artifact, and you'll be inside of a lockdown in this area. You're going to have skeletons and zombies spawned in. At this point, this is a timed lockdown, so you don't actually have to kill anything, but feel free to just kill anything and have some fun while this time is going down. As soon as the lockdown is finished, you'll notice that Pegasus will then spawn in, and you can now leave this area. The next job that you need to go and do is build your shield. Now there's 3 parts to the shield and 3 different locations to each part. The first part that we're going to be going looking for is going to be the arrow, and the first part we can find this arrow is going to be inside of the intersection of Treasury's location, and it's going to be next to this statue right here. Now if we move to the left hand side of the statue and go down that walkway, we're going to end up at this area right here, and the next piece is going to be behind this column. And then finally, the final location for this part of the shield is going to be found next to this wooden cart right here. Now moving on to the second part location. Now this can be found over near the bridge area of the map, which is called the upper road. The first part is going to be found on the end of the bridge right here. The second part is going to be underneath the bridge over in the corner on this rock right here. And then the final location for this piece is going to be up this little walkway and on this rock right here. Now that's all your locations for the shield pieces, but you'll notice that you are missing one more final piece. And to get this, you need to kill the 6th armed boss inside of the map. Now to get him to come out, we actually need to go and pick up the piece to spawn in the Pegasus, and this is called the Golden Bridle. Now there's 2 locations for this Golden Bridle. One is going to be inside of the intersection of Treasury's location on this pillar right here. Just pick up the Golden Bridle, the boss will spawn in, kill the boss, and then he will drop the final piece of that shield. Or the other location for that bridle is going to be located in front of the crystal in the main area of the map right here. So like I said, once you've killed that boss, you get the final piece of the shield, go and build that shield right outside of the spawn area on the crafting table right here. And now that you've got the Golden Bridle, you can make your way down to the Zeus perk, and you'll see a blue circle on the floor. Activate with that blue circle, and you'll then be able to ride the Pegasus. That Pegasus is now going to take you over to the caves or the Pack-a-Punch location. Now that you're there, you need to go and make your way over down the right-hand side of this area. You'll notice that there's a bird cage hanging from the ceiling. Shoot the chain that's holding that cage up with any bullets, and the cage will drop. As soon as it drops to the ground, go over to the door and activate your specialist weapon. Melee that door and it will open up. The bird will then fly out and you can run over to the next one, which is going to be down the walkway and over to the left-hand side, where you will then find this cage right here. Do the exact same thing again, melee the door, the bird will escape, and then make your way back to the center of the world where you see this big red crystal. You're now going to be inside of a lockdown in this area, and this is also once again a timed lockdown. You will get zombies spawning in, so you can either choose to kill the zombies or just wait it out. After around 30 seconds, the Pack-a-Punch machine will spawn in, and you can now teleport out of this area. Once you're back to the normal map, your next job that you need to do in this Easter egg is start your challenges. So make your way back to the spawn room and activate this bowl right here. You'll be given a certain challenge and you need to follow the instructions of this challenge. After this challenge completes, go and collect your reward inside of the spawn room and then do another challenge. Repeat this process until the flames where the challenge bowl is are super high, and you'll notice you've done it correctly when you go over and melee with your shield into this flame. If your spear catches on fire, you've done this step correctly. Now that you've got the fire spear, you now need to go and find 3 oil locations around the map and melee that oil. Now the 3 locations that you can find this oil is going to be at the intersection of treasuries on the wall right here. So just melee that and you've done that correctly. Then the next location is going to be at the Spartan monument at the bottom of these stairs on this wall right here. So melee that oil spill, and if it disappears once again, you've done it correctly. And the final oil spill is going to be over the left hand side of the upper road next to the bridge right here. Melee the oil spill, you'll notice it disappears and you've then finished step 1. Well done. Now moving on to step 2, this is the step that we have to start using our hands or our wonder weapons. Now to build the wonder weapons, we do need to find a specific thing around the map. And obviously because there's 4 wonder weapons, there's 4 locations to find these things. So you'll have 4 of these things spawned into the game at any one time. But there's 20 locations where you can find these. So I'm going to go over all 20 locations. So just go through all of these 20 locations in your game, and in 4 of them you will find these pieces to pick up. You can only pick up 1 of these at a time. So once you picked it up, we're going to go and do an upgrade to one of the wonder weapons, and then once you finish that upgrade, we'll go and pick up another one of these hands. So the 20 locations where you can find these, they're either going to be in pots or they're going to be in the ground. You've just got to melee the ground or a pot to break that, and the 20 locations start off right now. The first one is going to be at the red crystal inside of the intersection of treasuries. The next location is going to be at the bottom of the steps over to the right hand side of that. The next one is going to be over on the left hand side next to this boat right here inside of a pot. The next one after that is going to be to the right hand side of that on this fountain right here next to this golden shield. The next location you can find another one of these is going to be to the left of that inside of the Spartan monument area next to this column on the floor right here. The next one is further down those steps over the left hand side next to this fallen statue. The next one after that is going to be even further than that next to the Zeus perk on the right hand side right here on the ground. The next one is going to be to the right hand side of that up that road, and then underneath this column right here underneath the golden bull. And the final one that's going to be above ground in this area is going to be next to this fallen arrow right here. Now for the ones that are going to be underground or inside of the cave area. So go through a teleporter, get to the cave area where Pegasus originally dropped you up before, and your first location is going to be to the left of these stairs as soon as you get inside of this area from the top. After that, you're going to get one next to the left hand side of the Odin perk on the ground right here. The next one after that is going to be to the left hand side of this blue fire on the ground right here. The next one you could get is on top of this bench to the right hand side of that location. The one after that is going to be to the left hand side of this yellow cage on the ground right here. After that, make your way down the path and you could have one on the right hand side of the broken bridge. The next one that you could have after that is going to be in front of the Pack-a-Punch machine on the left hand side of this pillar. The next one after that could be behind the Pack-a-Punch machine to the left hand side of this teleporter. After that, make your way over to the green trap, and it could be to the right hand side of the actual activation of the trap inside of this red crystal right here. The next one could be to the left hand side of the Titan Warby in this crystal right here. And finally, you can get one on the ground next to this blue bowl near one of the mystery box locations just up past that Titan Warby. And they're all your 20 locations where you can find one of these diggable sites or a pot to break and then pick up the piece for the gauntlet. Now that you've got that piece of the gauntlet, we're now going to go and make the actual wonder weapon. So the first one we're going to start out with is going to be the green wonder weapon. And the place to acquire this is going to be inside of the Spartan monument area. So all you've got to go and do is place in the thing that you've just dug up and place inside of this green altar right here. Once placed in, this will then start a lockdown where you are locked inside of this circle on the ground. Just make sure you've got your specialist or some grenades and you'll be absolutely fine. You'll now be able to pick up the wonder weapon from the altar. Pick this up, and now we're going to go and find plants around around the map that have red crystals on. Now, the first plant is going to be located inside of the intersection of the treasuries over the left-hand side. And all you've got to do once you find that plant is shoot the red crystals with that wonder weapon. You'll see the crystals disappear, the plant will then disappear and give you this tiny green plant on the ground. Pick up that green plant and take it back to the green altar where you got the wonder weapon from. That's the first plant out of 3. Now we've got 2 more that we've got to go and do. The next one is located at the Stoa of Athenians area. So once again, shoot the red crystals, pick up the plant and then take it over to the green altar. And then your final one is located inside of the temple terrace. Shoot the red crystals, pick up the plant, take it back to the green altar, and then a teleporter will spawn in. Activate that teleporter, you'll be teleported to another location, and then you're inside of a lockdown where you can now use your upgraded ability by holding down the right trigger. Once you've killed enough zombies inside of this area with that wonder weapon, another teleporter will open, you'll teleport back, and you'll get to keep that upgraded wonder weapon. And that's your green one completed. We're now going to move on to the yellow wonder weapon. And this altar is located inside of the monument of Craterus. Now, once you get to that altar, once again, place another hand in that you found on the ground before, and you'll once again be thrown inside of a lockdown inside of this circle area on the ground. Once again, just use your specialist or any good weapon, and once that mini lockdown finishes, pick up the light wonder weapon. Now that you've got that wonder weapon, you've now got 3 locations where you have to go and fire this wonder weapon at mirrors. So the first location that you're going to go over to is on the upper road on this bridge right here. You'll see the mirror on the bridge, and you need to shoot this mirror with a normal weapon with bullets 4 times. Once you've shot it 4 times, shoot your wonder weapon at it. The light will then reflect off that mirror onto a crystal and then into this bowl right here. Melee that bowl and run back to the altar where you got the wonder weapon from. Melee the altar and that light is then trapped inside of the altar, and that's your first location done. You've got 2 more locations to do the same thing. The next location that you can do this at is at the temple terrace. You'll see the mirror on the wall right here. Shoot this mirror once with a regular bullet and then fire the wonder weapon at it. The light will once again bounce off the mirror, hit the crystal and go into this bowl right here. Melee the bowl and then run back to the altar, melee that altar, and the light will once again go in there. Try and take similar paths to what I'm taking because this is a timed trial with the light. If you take too long, the light will disappear, and if you do fail it, make your way back over, shoot the wonder weapon again, and collect the light ball once again by meleeing that bowl. And the final location is going to be located just outside of the gymnasium bathhouse. You'll see the mirror on the wall right here of the spawn. Shoot that mirror 4 times and then shoot your wonder weapon at it. It will then bounce off the mirror, hit the crystal, go into this bowl right here, melee the bowl, back to the altar, melee the altar, and there you go. The teleporter will spawn in, enter the teleporter, and you'll be back inside of another lockdown with another upgraded wonder weapon, which you can now finish, and you've got the upgraded wonder weapon. Now, one thing to know, after each one of these wonder weapons, you do have to put that one back inside of the altar to go and upgrade the next one. So moving straight on to our next one, which is going to be the death wonder weapon. Now, this is located inside of the teleportation area, or the underground, or the caves, whatever you want to call it, and it's going to be located over to the right-hand side of the caves right here, inside of Python's Pass. Now, all you've got to do is place another one of those things that you picked up from the ground before over inside of that altar, and once again, you'll be in another lockdown inside of that circle. Once that lockdown finishes, you can pick up the wonder weapon, and now you need to go and make your way a little bit up this path inside of this water right here. You need to get zombie kills with that wonder weapon inside of this water, and then once you've killed enough zombies, you'll notice that you'll get a prompt on your screen telling you to drink from that water. Use your activate button to actually interact with that water, and then your screen will go red. At this point, you're gonna have glowing coins spawn in around the underground area. Your job is to go and find 3 of these coins that make a dinging noise when picking them up. If they make a different noise, it is an incorrect coin. This is super easy. Just walk around looking for the glowing coins, collect 3 that ding, and then make your way back to the altar. One thing to note while you are looking for those coins, if you get hit by a zombie, your health does not regenerate. So make sure that you do this with less zombies on the round left, or just run around and be a little bit more cautious of those zombies in your surrounding area. Once again, once you take 3 correct coins back to that altar, a teleporter will spawn in. It'll teleport you to another area where you use the upgraded wonder weapon until the timer runs out, and you can teleport back and place that wonder weapon back in the altar to go and collect our final wonder weapon, which is our blue wonder weapon, which is located in front of the Pack-a-Punch machine. Once again, you'll need another one of those things that you picked up from the ground before and place it into that altar. Once placed in, you'll be in another lockdown inside of that circle. Once it's finished, pick up the wonder weapon, and your job is now to fire zombies with that wonder weapon into these giant feather bows in the underground area. You've got 1 bow that's located to the left-hand side of the Pack-a-Punch machine, 1 over near the mystery box location in Python's Pass, and 1 over the other side of the underground area right here as you go down towards the blue flame. Once you successfully fire a zombie zombie at that feather arrow, you'll notice the arrow will bounce back and forth and a big feather will spawn in the sky glowing blue. You've got to shoot this feather 2 times while it's in the sky with your wonder weapon, and then it will land down at the altar. You've got to do this for all 3 of those arrow locations I just showed you and get 3 blue glowing feathers to go into that altar. Once they're in there, the teleporter will open for you to go over to your upgrade station, stay in there using your upgraded wonder weapon, teleport back, and now you've got all 4 upgraded wonder weapons inside of this map. Once you've got all of those, go and select the death wonder weapon, which was located inside of Python's Pass. And now that we've got this, we're going to be making our way over to the Zeus perk area of the map. You're going to stand in front of these statues right here and put a charged shot of the wonder weapon on the ground. Once you do this, you'll notice your screen will turn to gray, and your job is to look for the statue that has the blue glowing eyes. Shoot that statue with the blue glowing eyes with the wonder weapon, and you'll notice that that statue will then disappear. You need to do this again for 4 statues inside of the exact same area. So once again, find a statue with blue glowing eyes and fire that wonder weapon at it. If the gray around your screen disappears, just do another charge shot on the ground and then find another statue with blue glowing eyes. You'll have to do this to 4 statues, and once you've done that, that's that step complete. So now that we've done that, pull out a normal weapon and make your way over to these 3 locations that I read out right here. Your job is going to be to shoot the locations that I go to with the normal weapon, and this will then break that wall. So the first location where you're going to break the wall is at the Spartan monument on this wall right here. The next 2 locations where you can find these walls to break are inside of the intersections of treasuries. There's one at the back building over the left-hand side right here, and one inside of the inside building closer to the crystal in the center of the map. Once you've broken those walls, you'll notice that there is a set of 2 cogs behind the walls spinning. You need to pull out your shield and wait for the smaller cog to spin past the big cog. When you notice them touch directly in the middle, fire the spear at the smaller cog, and this will then stop those cogs. You need to do this for the 3 wall breaks that I just showed you, and then there's a final one in the middle of the map behind the crystal right here. Fire the spear at that cog in the back, and that will then finish this step. It's a very easy step to do, and you shouldn't have any problems. Moving on to the next step of the Easter egg, you now need to get a big guy with 6 arms spawned into the map. So just do some rounds until you finally get one of these guys spawned in. Once he is spawned in, make your way over to the intersection of treasuries and make your way over to this red crystal area right here. You'll notice inside of that red crystal now has a part of the raw perk machine. You now need to wait for the big 6-armed guy to come over to do his shield attack. Now there's multiple ways to make him do his shield attack, but the most easiest is to throw a grenade at him. If you throw a grenade at him, he'll instantly do his shield attack, the red crystals will break, and the piece of the raw perk will drop down for you to collect. Pick it up off the ground and go and give it to the raw perk inside of the gymnasium pool. Once given to the raw perk, you'll notice that raw perk will then raise his other arm, meaning that you now need to go and collect the next bit of the raw perk. Once you do this, make your way over to the Danu perk, which is inside of the offering of the Attalide area. Once you're there, you'll notice that there is a green vine on the wall at the back of the map right here. You now need to go and collect your green wonder weapon. Shoot that vine with the green wonder weapon and it will disappear. You'll notice that 2 more vines will then spawn in, one next to the perk machine and one on the upper level of this building. Stand in a position where you can shoot both at the same time with this green wonder weapon, and once you've shot those, they will both disappear. 3 more will then spawn in to the right hand side of the perk. Once again, shoot all of those 3 vines. You're more than welcome to spray that wonder weapon at them, and once you've done that correctly, you'll notice that a big 6-armed guy will then spawn in. You then need to just kill this 6-armed guy. He will then drop a big spear. Pick up that spear and place it in the center of this sundial in the middle of the area that you are in right now. Once placed into that sundial, you are now going to wait for electric zombies to spawn into the map. Once you've got an electric zombie, make sure he stands over that gold sundial and then kill him, and then you can start the step. Try and save 1 zombie at this time because it'll make it so much easier, or activate a level 3 chakrams of vengeance, which will keep you safe, or throw a homunculus, whatever you feel is necessary. Looking at the sundial on the ground, you'll notice that a panel will now open up and it'll be showing different symbols. You need to envision this sundial as having a massive turning circle underneath it, and you need to watch the direction that these symbols are moving, either to the left or to the right. Count the gold positions from the opening that you can see to this golden line right here. Your job is to line up the blue symbol to the golden line. So what I do is count the golden tiles or the golden positions between the opening and that line. And that is how many times that dial needs to turn after you see the blue one to get to that line. And that is how many symbols have to change after seeing the blue symbol in that opening. And as soon as it's done that many clicks, you activate the middle of that sundial. And once you've activated it correctly, you'll notice that the first panel where the line is will open up, revealing that you got it right, and you'll see the blue symbol. You now need to do this exact same step 2 more times. So get another electric zombie in, another panel will open up, count the number of steps from the line to that panel, and make a note of which way the sundial is moving, and then stop the dial when the blue symbol will be over that golden line. Once done correctly, another panel will open up, and finally do this for 1 more panel. Electric zombie, count the panels, activate the panel when the blue one's over the line, and then you'll get all 3 blue panels. Once you've done this correctly, you get the 3 blue panels, the big staff will go into the ground, and now you need to go and pick up the light wonder weapon. Once you picked up that light wonder weapon, make your way back over to that raw perk again, where you can now actually hand that perk your wonder weapon. At this time, the raw perk is going to be trying to cut a hole in the wall directly in front of it by using that wonder weapon. But the skeletons inside of the map are going to try and stop it from doing this. So you need to stop those skeletons when they are blocking that wonder weapon. My advice here is to use the homunculus from the mystery box, or use your chakrams of vengeance or any other specialist that you're using, or I use the Hellion rocket launcher. Just a blast at each side all the time will easily keep you safe. If done correctly, the hole at the back of the map will now be open for you to go and look at. Go and look through the hole and you'll see 2 beheaded women. Make sure you interact with the hole in the wall and it'll give you the other piece for the raw perk. Go and place that over at the raw perk and it will then shine a light at the ground and finish in that step. Your next step is to go and get the blue wonder weapon. Once you've got that wonder weapon, make your way over to where you first got the sentinel artifact at the start of your game. You'll now notice that there's a blue circle on the ground. Stand over that blue circle and then it will start a trial. Directly in front of you, inside of where the sentinel artifact was, you'll notice another blue circle spawn in. Go and stand on that blue circle. You're either gonna have zombies spawn in at the top of the bleachers, which you need to kill with the wonder weapon with a 1-shot attack, or you can have zombies spawn in on the ground level where you have to kill with charge shots. So each time you finish this, another blue circle will spawn in. Go and stand on that circle, and once again, it's gonna be zombies at the top of the bleachers, which you either have to kill with 1 shot, and then the ground zombies with charge shots. Once your screen goes gray, run back to where your original circle was, and wait for the next round to begin. You've got 3 waves of this challenge, and once completed, that step will be 100% done, and you'll be rewarded with a max ammo. So now that you've done that, make your way through the teleporter inside of that area. And then when you get inside of the caves area, make your way to the top of the map where you'll find this black door right here with symbols on it. Your job is to type these symbols in the correct order. Now, it's not always exactly the same, but the positions of the symbols are exactly the same. So you've got to do a little bit of trial and error. Just shoot one of the symbols. If it turns blue, shoot the next symbol. If that doesn't turn blue and the original blue one turns off, shoot the blue symbol again and try a different symbol. There's only 6 symbols that can work in this, so only pay attention to these 6. The one on row 3 and 2 across, the one on row 1 and 2 across, the one on row 3 and 5 across, the one on row 4 and 4 across, the one on row 2 and 1 across, and the one on row 2 and 4 across. They're the only 6 symbols that can activate in this sequence. So just do a little bit of trial and error, and once you've got all 6 lit up, go and activate the door. This will then put you inside of a cutscene. After you come out of this cutscene, you now need to go and build the Pegasus Strike. Now there's 3 parts for this Pegasus Strike, and they're all located inside of this cave area, and each part has 3 locations. So the first part that we're going to go and get, one of the locations can be found on this rock as soon as you come out of the teleporter at the top of the map near the door. The next one is going to be over the left hand side of the map next to this pillar right here, and the final one is going to be over the right hand side of this area in this fire right here. Now the next part that we're going to be going looking for, the first one can be located behind this pillar over the left hand side right here. The next location you can find this part is to the right of that pillar on this rock right here, and the final location for this part is going to be directly in front of the Koshka wall by right here. Now the final part that we're going to go and get right now, the first location can be found over on this rock next to the fallen arrow inside of Python's Pass. The next one is going to be located next to this rib of one of the dead snakes near the mystery box location, and then the final one is going to be behind the mystery box location on this wall right here. Now once you've got all of those parts, make your way over to the buildable table near the blue flamed area and go and craft it. Pick up that Pegasus Strike and then make your way up to the top of the map right here and place down the Pegasus Strike. You'll see a Pegasus spawn in, and you'll now notice that a giant bow and arrow is spawned in to the map. You now need to pull out your blue wonder weapon weapon and fire the blue wonder weapon at this turny wheel on there. This will then turn and position that bow and arrow. Now that you've done this, go and collect yourself a shield. Go and melee the fire that you did before to do the oil step. And now once you've got the flamed spear, teleport back to the cave area. Go over to the trap right here near the Pack-a-Punch machine and activate that trap. Run through the trap and you'll now have a green spear. Go and melee that bow and arrow at the top and it will then set off the arrow and fly to the back of the map. You are now ready for the boss fight. My advice for the boss fight is to take in the fully upgraded Hellion rocket launcher from the mystery box. I would take in the blue wonder weapon and make sure that you've got all your perks and a fresh shield as well. Now go to the Pack-a-Punch machine and enter the teleporter. Now that you're inside of the boss fight, you're now going to be killing the Pegasus. Now with that Hellion rocket launcher, it will lock onto the Pegasus. So shoot the Pegasus with that rocket launcher. Once the Pegasus is down and turns orange, you now need to run over to it with a specialist weapon and melee it with that specialist weapon. You need to do this around 3 or 4 times. Once the Pegasus is fully complete, the real boss at the top of the mountain will spawn in down near you. Shoot that boss until he turns orange and then continue to shoot him with either the Hellion, your wonder weapon, or the specialist, whatever you want. Everything will do damage to this boss. You need to kill him 3 times. So after the first phase, he's going to spawn back on the mountain, kill a few zombies, wait for him to spawn back to the ground, do the same thing again. As soon as he turns orange, shoot him loads and keep repeating this process until he's fully dead and you have completed this map. And there you go. That is the full solo Easter egg guide for the brand new zombies map Ancient Evil for DLC 2 Zombies in Black Ops 4. If you guys have enjoyed this Easter egg guide and it's helped you out at all, make sure you absolutely smash a like on this video right now. We're going to be aiming for 2,115 likes, and if you are brand new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and become the latest member of the Pizza Club. With that all said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream. Thank you for watching, guys, and peace out.